They were the 5 words I was so excited to finally hear. Academy Award winner Michelle Williams, one of my favorite actresses, a sublimely gifted woman with 4 Oscar nominations and more than 2 decades of incredible performances in film and television behind her. Williams was the predicted frontrunner throughout all of 2022 for the Best Supporting Actress Academy Award for Steven Spielberg's The Fabelmans, in which she plays the mother Mitzi. A nomination was certain, and a win was very likely, just a year after Ariana DeBose had won the Best Supporting Actress Oscar for another Spielberg film, West Side Story. By March 2023, no longer was it going to be Michelle Williams and the elusive Oscar, it was going to be Michelle Williams and the Oscar win. But sadly, the illusion we all had for much of last year ended in September when it was announced that Michelle Williams was going to campaign in lead actress for The Fablemans, not supporting actress. People on the internet had some things to say about this.
There's like a trophy waiting for her. She has to do literally nothing in order to get it. And they're like, nah, we're gonna move the trophy over here so you probably won't get it.
Even in September, we knew, no matter how popular The Fablemans might be, no matter how much critics and audiences might celebrate her performance, there was almost no way Michelle Williams could beat Cate Blanchett or Michelle Yeoh for the lead actress Oscar. For some, this category has been locked since the Venice Film Festival, Blanchett on her way to winning her 3rd gold trophy, while others like myself have this feeling Michelle Yeoh might take the trophy in March. It's certainly still possible Williams can win the Oscar this season in lead actress for The Fablemans, which I'll get into in a little bit. I have my reasons, but it's also, let's be honest, very unlikely, despite the fact that she's been consistently terrific year after year. She's won at the Golden Globes, and at the Emmys, and at SAG. But why in 2023 does the one and only Michelle Williams still not have her Academy Award? In this video, I'm going to talk about Williams' extraordinary career in film and TV, and why she is yet to win that extremely elusive Oscar. First, let's start at the beginning. Michelle Ingrid Williams was born on September 9, 1980, to mother Carla and father Larry. Her parents started driving young Williams to Los Angeles for auditions, where in 1993, she made her first screen appearance in an episode of Baywatch.
Listen, I'm having a party Friday night. You want to come? Yeah, sure.
She made her feature film debut the following year in Lassie. Here's an interview of Williams from the set.
The main boy, his name's Matt. I play pretty much his girlfriend. I befriend him when nobody else really talks to him, and we become pretty good friends.
She next made guest star appearances in Step by Step and Home Improvement, and in 1995, she had a brief role in the science fiction movie Species, her most high-profile project yet. She struggled in the next couple years to get quality roles. Her career needed a boost in the form of a TV phenomenon, and that came in 1998 with a project I first noticed her in, one of my favorite television series of my teen years, Dawson's Creek, created by Kevin Williamson. The show, which ran for 6 seasons, told of an aspiring filmmaker and his group of friends in a small coastal town navigating friendships and falling in love.
Look, my Grams is waiting. I should go, but it was really nice to meet you guys, and I'll see you in school.
If not sooner, yeah.
In the 20 years since the show ended, Williams has continued to be proud of Dawson's Creek, not treating it like a soapy teen drama she's ashamed of. She's famously besties with the great Busy Phillips, who was on the show, and who's her +1 at almost every award ceremony she attends.
Come on in here she is. Here we go.
We were talking
the pregame for the Emmy?
And I was like, it's a lot of stress, but a lot of laughter.
It was a lot of laughter, especially when I was rolling up tissue and putting it under my boob because I really didn't want under boob sweat. And you guys, it was 1,000,000 degrees
It was. We were
on
out
the
there.
carpet.
Yeah.
She joined a wonderful 20-year reunion in 2018, which you can watch in full on YouTube. She also mentions the show often in interviews and in speeches to this day, like on Actors in 2019.
Doing Dawson's Creek for 6.5 years, it was an incredible learning experience, just even from just a technical standpoint of being able to hit marks or get comfortable with a camera being in your face, that kind of stuff.
And she brought up the show again a few weeks ago when she paid tribute to Mary Beth Peale, who played Grams on the show, when Williams accepted the performer tribute at the Gotham Awards.
She lived an artist's life. She was brimming and bursting with energy, and she showed me that creativity was more than a mere profession. I'm grateful for this honor because it allows me to look backwards in time and realize that I couldn't have played Wendy Carroll or Randy Chandler or Marilyn or Gwen or Mitzi Fableman without having first played Jen Lindley.
As her star status grew throughout 6 seasons of Dawson's Creek, her film career continued to expand as well. Williams is great in Halloween H2O, playing one of the 4 main teenagers. In 1999, she made 2 beloved comedies, But I'm a Cheerleader with Natasha Lyonne and Dick with Kirsten Dunst. She appeared in some tiny indie films the next few years, like Me Without You and the underrated drama Prozac Nation, starring Christina Ricci. The first big turning point in Michelle Williams' film career, I would argue, is the wonderful 2003 indie drama The Station Agent, starring Peter Dinklage.
So I saw you at the hot dog stand.
I live in the depot.
Oh, really? Oh, cool.
The movie premiered at the Sundance Film Festival, where it won 3 prizes, and it continued to be a critical and awards darling all throughout the year, winning Best Original Screenplay at BAFTA and earning 3 Screen Actors Guild Award nominations, including Outstanding Performance by a Cast, which included Williams. Her role in The Station Agent is small, to be sure, but is what ultimately got her the role of Alma, the wife who discovers her husband's homosexuality in Brokeback Mountain, starring Heath Ledger and Jake Gyllenhaal. The director Ang Lee was reportedly taken with Williams' vulnerability in The Station Agent and cast her in the role. Williams appeared in a handful of other dramas around this time, including Imaginary Heroes, opposite Sigourney Weaver, but her genuine breakthrough onto the cinema scene was absolutely Brokeback Mountain, which gave her a rich and emotionally devastating role she makes every moment of.
Don't try and fool me no more, Ennis. I know what it means. Jack Twist. Jack Nasty. You didn't go up there to fish.
The epic Western drama features a stellar supporting cast, including Anne Hathaway and Linda Cardellini, but it was Williams' moving performance that was singled out come awards time when the film dominated in the early months of 2006. It started with her Golden Globe nomination for Best Supporting Actress, followed by double nominations at SAG for Supporting Actress and Best Cast. When she tied with Amy Adams at Critics' Choice to win Best Supporting Actress, it looked like she might have an outside shot at picking up some more trophies throughout the season. She was nominated at the Film Independent Spirit Awards, twice nominated at BAFTA for Supporting Actress and the Rising Star Award, and then, as expected, came her first Oscar nomination.
Now, Michelle, you did an amazing job. In the shadow of this love story, you created a character of strength and sympathy. What did you find inside yourself that enabled you to create that character?
Honestly, I found a performance to react to.
Unfortunately, her only big win of the season was at Critics' Choice. Williams gives a memorable performance in Brokeback Mountain, but as I talked about in my Amy Adams and the Elusive Oscar video, every supporting actress nominee that year struggled to overcome Rachel Weisz, who did very well in the category at most of the award shows for her terrific turn in The Constant Gardener. With Tandy Way Newton winning at BAFTA, where Weisz wasn't nominated, you could argue we could have had a shocker surprise come Oscar night. Weisz, like Williams and Adams, was on her first Oscar nomination, and The Constant Gardener didn't make it into Best Picture or Director the way Brokeback Mountain did. Funnily enough, I'd say, similar to Adams, that Williams' best shot at an Oscar win to date was actually that first time around, since her movie itself was so beloved, and since the competition in her category was less than what Williams would contend with in the years to come. But like her Brokeback Mountain co-stars, Ledger and Gyllenhaal, Williams had to stay in her seat that night, watching her director Ang Lee accept his trophy and another movie's producers accept their trophy. A lot of amazing things came out of the Brokeback Mountain experience for Michelle Williams. She got lots of awards nominations, of course. She also entered a relationship with her co-star Heath Ledger, which lasted from 2004 to 2007, and they had a child together in 2005. She also finally had the clout to pick better scripts and work with important directors. She had a couple clunkers in the next few years. The stupid thriller Deception comes to mind. But she also had some major wins too, like Todd Haynes' I'm Not There, Charlie Kaufman's Synecdoche, New York, and Wim Wenders' Land of Plenty, which earned Williams a Film Independent Spirit Award nomination for Best Female Lead. One of Michelle Williams' most important collaborations started when she teamed up with the gifted director Kelly Reichardt for the riveting drama Wendy and Lucy, one of my favorite films of 2008, about a young woman's life falling apart over a difficult summer.
Could I trade you for a quarter? I need to use that payphone over there, and all I've got's change, and it only takes quarters.
This is one of Williams' most extraordinary performances. She lives and breathes that character for the entire running time, and was absolutely deserving of a Best Actress Oscar nomination. She won some Critics Awards and was nominated again at Film Independent Spirit for Best Female Lead, but Wendy and Lucy was just too small to gain momentum at other ceremonies that season. But thankfully, Williams and Reichardt have continued to collaborate the last 15 years for 3 more movies: Meek's Cutoff, Certain Women, and Showing Up, the latter of which made its debut at last year's Cannes Film Festival. 2010's Meek's Cutoff was indeed the next important film Michelle Williams made after Wendy and Lucy, but that year was also big for her due to her supporting performance in Martin Scorsese's Shutter Island opposite Leonardo DiCaprio, and especially her mind-blowing, potentially career-best turn in Derek Cianfrance's fascinating relationship drama Blue Valentine opposite Ryan Gosling. The story charting the evolution of a couple over a span of many years is enormously compelling, sad and true, and oh so beautiful.
I've got nothing left for you. Nothing. 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 There is nothing here for you.
At the center of it are Williams and Gosling at the absolute top of their games, and following Blue Valentine's premiere at the Sundance Film Festival, it looked like the movie would eventually be coming for Oscar glory. Unfortunately, the film broke super late in 2010, getting a limited release on December 29th, and not going wide until January 28th the following year. It got Golden Globe and Critics' Choice Award nominations for its 2 leads, but not in screenplay, director, or picture at either ceremony, and then the movie missed entirely at both SAG and BAFTA. Despite lots of passion for the film from people like myself, it appeared like Blue Valentine was going to be passed over on Oscar nominations morning. I still remember watching the nominations live with bated breath, crossing my fingers for a Williams nomination. It didn't seem to be likely. Julianne Moore had a stronger shot of getting in for The Kids Are All Right, or maybe Hilary Swank for Conviction, ready for another rematch with Annette Bening. Let me tell you, I gasped with delight when Williams' name made the final 5 at Oscar. It's one of the best performances that year from anybody, and as sad as I was that this phenomenal film wasn't nominated for anything else that morning, I at least took comfort in Williams' highly deserved Best Actress nod.
This is a movie that means so much to you. You spent years of your life working on it, and now you're here at the Academy Awards. I mean, could you have thought that this was going to happen?
No, never in a million years. No.
Now, did Williams have any chance in winning? 100% hell no. Of her first 4 Oscar nominations, this is absolutely the one where the nomination was the win itself. Williams just happy to be there. Natalie Portman won pretty much everything those few months for her rapturous performance in Black Swan, my choice for the Best Acting Oscar win of the entire 2010s. And if for any reason Portman missed, the trophy would have gone to Annette Bening for The Kids Are All Right, the actress on her 4th Academy Award nomination, without a win. But Williams was in a really good place in 2011, 2 Oscar nods behind her, a 3rd coming very shortly. She's terrific in Sarah Polley's Take This Waltz, opposite her future The Fablemans co-star, Seth Rogen, and she's sensational as Marilyn Monroe in the entertaining drama My Week with Marilyn, co-starring Eddie Redmayne and Kenneth Branagh.
You know I've been married 3 times already. How did that happen?
Or maybe you're just looking for the right man.
They always look right at the start.
Actors often become major awards contenders sight unseen when they're playing a real-life person, and when they're as good as Michelle Williams is, playing the legendary Monroe, we all rejoice. She captures Monroe's spirit so well, her sexiness, her spontaneity. Other actors have played the famous figure throughout the years. Blonde is, of course, the most recent example, but few have done it quite as well as Michelle Williams, who is dazzling in the part. Critics and audiences took notice after My Week with Marilyn's premiere at the 2011 New York Film Festival, and nominations for Williams soon followed. And unlike the previous award season, when Williams didn't make it into some of the big ceremonies, this time around, she never missed. Her name popped up in every major Best Actress category that season, and even better, she finally won some televised awards. Her momentum started at the Golden Globes when Williams won Best Actress in a comedy or musical. One part of her speech hasn't exactly aged well, but I love what she had to say about her daughter Matilda.
I consider myself a mother first and an actress second, and so the person that I most want to thank is my daughter, my little girl, whose bravery and exuberance is the example that I take with me in my work and in my life.
Williams also won Best Female Lead a few weeks later at the Film Independent Spirit Awards.
I want to say thank you for supporting me and welcoming me and making me feel at home in this room and in this community.
So yeah, she was winning prizes and getting nominated for everything, including the Oscar. Did Williams have a chance to take the gold trophy on her third nod? In a less competitive year, I think she would have been more in the running, but this was the year of Meryl Streep for The Iron Lady and Viola Davis for The Help. Streep won Best Actress in a Drama at the Golden Globes, Davis won Best Actress at SAG, and Streep won at BAFTA. Although Williams was certainly part of the conversation that season, there was just no beating Streep, who was on her 17th Oscar nomination without having a win in almost 30 years, or with Davis, whose performance in The Help was extremely beloved, the movie getting in a Best Picture, and being a favorite to win Best Supporting Actress for Octavia Spencer. My week with Marilyn was liked but not really loved, only showing up on Oscar nominations morning in 2 categories, Best Actress for Williams and Best Supporting Actor for Kenneth Branagh. As deserved as Williams' nod was, she, like the year before, was never going to win this Oscar, but here she was, at just 31 years old, with already 3 Academy Award nominations behind her. A victory seemed imminent in the coming years if she got the right project and the right role. Her output turned out to be minimal for a while, only appearing in a couple of films the next few years, but 2016 marked a major return to form for Williams. She reteamed with Kelly Reichardt for the excellent indie drama Certain Women, a criminally underrated film I implore you to seek out. She also in 2016 delivered a profound, emotionally rich performance in Kenneth Lonergan's masterful Manchester by the Sea. Her scene toward the end with Casey Affleck is one of Williams' finest.
I should fucking burn in hell for what I said to you. It was just...
No, Randy, no.
I'm just sorry.
I can't...
I love you.
The film was a giant hit at the Sundance Film Festival and continued racking up accolades at the fall festivals too, in a strong year for cinema that also included Moonlight, La La Land, Arrival, and so many others. The quiet drama Manchester by the Sea managed to stand out from the crowd, the writing and direction and amazing performances not going unnoticed come awards time. Michelle Williams, as expected, was singled out yet again for her incredible work at all 5 of the major ceremonies: Golden Globes, Critics' Choice, SAG, BAFTA, and Oscars. She got to watch her co-star Affleck win some prizes, like at the Globes, Critics' Choice, and eventually the Academy Awards too. The film overperformed on Oscar nominations morning, not only getting acting nominations for Affleck and Williams, but also for Lucas Hedges in Supporting Actor. Williams was on her 4th Oscar nomination now, giving a beautifully nuanced dramatic performance in this celebrated film, so she was the frontrunner to finally win, right? If Manchester by the Sea had come out a year earlier, I think Williams could have been victorious at the Oscars over Alicia Vikander, but in early 2017, nobody was beating Viola Davis in the Best Supporting Actress category for her extraordinary work in Fences. I to this day believe Davis's performance should have been in lead actress, not supporting, since her role is so pivotal to that story and has a runtime of a whopping 53 minutes. It seems sort of unfair to the other supporting actress nominees, but hey, voters didn't care. Davis steamrolled this category all the way from the Golden Globes to the Academy Awards, never missing at a single major ceremony. Mark Rylance didn't even hesitate to say her name on the Oscar stage. It was such a foregone conclusion Davis was going to win. It seemed in that moment Williams should have learned a valuable lesson moving forward. A large dramatic role in a viable Oscar contender always has a better chance at winning in supporting actress, not lead actress, but more on that in a minute. In the months to come, Michelle Williams didn't slow down, appearing in 3 movies at the end of 2017, The first film kind of came and went, Wonderstruck, which reteamed Williams with her I'm Not There director Todd Haynes. The second film, The Greatest Showman, was a word-of-mouth phenomenon that teamed her with Hugh Jackman and allowed her to show off her talent in singing and dancing. And then the third film looked to give Williams a strong possibility at a fifth Oscar nomination, Ridley Scott's All the Money in the World, a Christmas Day release that earned for Williams a Golden Globe nomination for Best Actress in a Drama.
I don't care why you did this, but I ask as a mother that you think of your own children or of the child that you once were and set my boy free. Thank you.
All the buzz surrounding the film for a while had to do with Scott's late decision to replace the disgraced Kevin Spacey with Christopher Plummer, mere weeks before the film's release, but then the critical notices were pretty strong, and Williams' central performance turned out to be one of her best. Sadly, momentum for the film hit a brick wall after the Globes, only Plummer showing up at later ceremonies, including BAFTA and the Oscars, where at age 88, Plummer became the oldest Academy Award nominee in acting. In 2018, Williams went more commercial with a delightful comedic performance in I Feel Pretty and a mostly pedestrian performance in the giant comic book movie Venom. She appeared in Venom's sequel, Let There Be Carnage, and she gave a solid dramatic performance in the underrated After the Wedding, opposite Julianne Moore. Williams' best work around this time wasn't in film, however. It was on television in the absorbing FX limited series Fosse Verdon, in which Williams played Gwen Verdon opposite Sam Rockwell's Bob Fosse. These striking 8 episodes mark Williams' first return to television following the end of Dawson's Creek, and she is riveting every second of the way. The show exploring the creative and oftentimes volatile partnership between the influential choreographer and director Fosse and the gifted Broadway dancer and actress Verdon.
You can't spend a single evening alone with your daughter. That was just too much to ask.
Hey,
Where did you go? What was
you're
your
right.
meeting for?
Critics and awards voters definitely took notice, Michelle Williams for the first time sweeping all of the major awards she was nominated for at the Emmys, Golden Globes, and Screen Actors Guild Awards. Her amazing speech at the Emmys in 2019 was especially memorable.
And so the next time a woman, and especially a woman of color, because she stands to make 52 cents on the dollar compared to her white male counterpart, tells you what she needs in order to do her job, listen to her, believe her, because one day she might stand in front of you and say thank you for allowing her to succeed because of her workplace environment and not in spite of it.
This was a fun year to be a Michelle Williams fan because we finally got to see her win a bunch of trophies and give a ton of great speeches, but Fosse Verdon wasn't a movie and she wasn't going to be a part of that year's Academy Awards. What was going to bring her back to the Academy Awards? What kind of role was going to get her that 5th Oscar nomination and potentially her first win? I'm pretty sure all of us reacted with great enthusiasm and a sense of hope at Oscar glory when Steven Spielberg cast Michelle Williams as the mother Mitzi in his semi-autobiographical new film The Fablemans, loosely based on Spielberg's own adolescence. Actors in Spielberg's projects have done very well at the Academy Awards throughout the years, and this kind of personal project about filmmaking, about cinema, about family, seemed just the kind of movie that could bring Williams her first gold trophy.
Only crash the train once, okay? Then after we get the film developed, you can watch it crash over and over till it's not so scary anymore.
The Fablemans became an instant sensation upon its premiere at the Toronto Film Festival, where it won the People's Choice Award for Best Film. Critics and audiences have adored the movie since its November release. I personally have it on my top 10 of the year, the film earning a whopping 11 nominations at Critics' Choice and 5 at the Golden Globes, and Williams made it in at both. She has been delivering such great work for so long that sometimes we can take Michelle Williams for granted. Once again, she delivers a superb performance in The Fabelmans as a mother with a creative charge who always saw for herself a life in the arts, but whose circumstances never fully allowed that to happen. The scenes she shares with Paul Dano as her husband and Gabriel LaBelle as her son are electrifying and truthful. And it's my opinion, along with so many others of course, that Michelle Williams could finally win an Academy Award this season if she was just nominated in the supporting actress category. In a film that's about the son, much more than it is about the parents, one that features 52 minutes of screen time for Williams in a 152-minute long movie, there's a very strong argument to be made that supporting actress not only is the better shot at her winning things, but also is the more appropriate category. With supporting actress so chaotic this year, this could have been her moment to finally shine on that Oscar stage. As of this recording, we are days away from the 2023 Oscar nominations. I feel confident that Williams will receive her 5th Oscar nod, her 3rd in the lead actress category. Does she have any chance at all to win in lead? As of right now, I would say slightly, for 4 main reasons. The first reason is that everyone thought it was crazy for Olivia Colman to enter the lead actress category for The Favorite in 2019, going up against Glenn Close, who most were predicting to win that year for The Wife, but Colman pulled out the victory. If enough people adore Williams in The Fablemans, they're not going to care what category she's in. They'll vote for her no matter what. The second reason is that The Fablemans, regardless of its low box office, is going to do very well in Oscar nominations morning. I could see it showing up in 8 or 9 or maybe even 10 categories, including Best Picture and Best Director for Spielberg, who I think is the frontrunner right now to win that trophy. All the Academy voters watching and loving and voting for that movie raises Williams' chances for sure. The third reason is that although Best Actress this year is extremely competitive, the 2 people I would put above Williams at the moment do have some vulnerabilities. Cate Blanchett is exceptional in Tar, but it's a performance that might come off to some voters as cold and unlikable, and Blanchett has already won 2 Academy Awards, and Michelle Yeoh will only be on her first Oscar nomination for the movie Everything Everywhere All at Once. That, for all the passion it has from many, might not be to everyone's taste in the Academy. Lastly, and in some ways most importantly, Michelle Williams will be on her 5th Oscar nomination without ever having a win. That kind of factoid never ensures awards glory, just ask Glenn Close or Amy Adams, but it's definitely something lots of Academy voters might keep in the back of their minds. And I think all it takes is a win at a televised precursor ceremony with one glorious speech to give Williams the edge he needs to take that gold trophy. It seems unlikely this award season, especially with Cate Blanchett and Michelle Yeoh in the mix, but it's not impossible. At the end of the day, Michelle Williams' elusive Oscar is coming, whether it be a few weeks from now or a few years from now. She's one of the greatest actors of her generation, always doing tremendous work in a variety of genres, not afraid to make little indie movies, on board with giant blockbusters, open to comedies and musicals, alongside the dramas. Her Oscar nominations to date have all been stellar and worthy. Whatever happens this award season when it comes to The Fablemans, Michelle Williams is an actor truly of the highest order. I, for one, can't wait to see all the incredible performances from this talented artist still to come, and I will be leaping for joy when she finally wins an Academy Award. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments below, what is your favorite Michelle Williams Oscar nomination? Do you think she should have won by now? And do you think she can win for The Fablemans? See you next time.